Now to the first of tonight's big questions. Is an Ohio teenager a runaway or risking her life for her religion? She says her Muslim father threatened to kill her when she converted to Christianity. He says she is under the thumb of the husband and wife pastors of a non-denominational church in Florida, whom she found on Facebook. The story is making headlines across the country.
Rifqa Bary, who's 17, says she lived as a secret Christian in her parents' home for years, and that when her father found out, he flew into a rage, threatening an honor killing, where a Muslim woman is murdered for bringing shame on her family.
Rifqa Bary said she needed to get away from her parents, so she hitchhiked to a bus station, then hopped on a bus and ended up here in Orlando. She had befriended the Orlando church on Facebook and ended up at the pastor's home.
In fact, the case of Rifqa Bary has really galvanized the Christian evangelical movement here in Florida. Thousands of people have emailed the governor, Charlie Crist, to help her stay in Florida until she turns 18 in about 11 months, and then can make up her own legal choice of where she wants to live.
Joining me now is attorney Cheyenne Elahi, who represents Rifqa's father, Mohammed Bary. Cheyenne, thanks for being with us tonight. I wanted to ask you, first of all, this charge that Rifqa says that her father threatened to kill her because she had converted to Christianity. What does he have to say about that?
Well, thank you for having me, Mr. Roberts. First of all, I think I need to tell you and your viewers that the judge basically put a gag order on us today, and basically I'm limited in my advocacy of my client tonight. And what I can discuss with you are the procedural issues and the motions that have been filed and what will be filed from now on. So I'm limited as to the facts of the case itself.
Sure, but he has actually been on the record talking about this before, so we're talking about something that's already out there in the public domain.
Sure. What I can actually tell you is that today was arraignment, and that's a procedural issue, and we did file denials to all the allegations. The judge accepted those denials on the record. My client was present over the phone. And so that was what basically happened today. He denied all the allegations.
So he's saying that what she says is not true. She also said in a rather lengthy interview with a Florida television station that she fears being killed if she returns back home. I want to play just a little bit of that and get your reaction to her state of mind.
They have to kill me. My blood is now halal, which means that because I am now a Christian, I'm from a Muslim background, it's an honor. If they love God more than me, they have to do this.
So, Mr. Elahi, what do you have to say about that in her state of mind, this idea that because she is a Muslim who was converted to Christianity by Islamic law, it would be an honor killing to end her life should she go back home?
Well, Mr. Roberts, all I can say about that is that the court of law today that we were all in is an American court of law, which runs by American principles, and we all adhere to that. And today, a denial was formally entered as to all the allegations and any allegations that have been brought up either by Ms. Bary or on her behalf by the guardian ad litem or her attorney, Mr. Stenberger.
Now, she rightly says in the course of this interview that there are hundreds of cases of honor killings, and there was one in the city of Toronto, north of us in Ontario, Canada, not too long ago, in which a Muslim father strangled his daughter because she refused to wear the traditional Muslim headscarf, the hijab. So does she have a legitimate concern here?
Well, what I can tell you, Mr. Roberts, is, again, my client denies all these allegations, and we will be filing a motion for psychological evaluation. You know, we will go on from there. I moved for a deposition of the child today. That was denied, and again, that's a procedural issue. And I'll be moving to depose the Lorenzos, Beverly and Blake, in the next couple of weeks before we move into mediation, which is the next stage in this procedure.
The Lorenzos, Beverly and Blake, as you mentioned, they are the husband and wife pastors who have her, I guess, in what the state is referring to as foster care. What do you know about them?
Well, actually, just to correct the fact that my understanding of Ms. Bary is not in their foster care at this point. That's where she was before, and she's actually in DCF custody at this point with the foster family, which is, just to correct that fact. But Blake and Beverly Lorenzo were basically the people that allegedly she had come to. And so, again, going back to the procedure, what I wanted to mention to you was that I'll be deposing them, and that's another thing that would happen in the next couple of weeks. The judge has ordered mediation in this case, and as an officer of the court, I have to go to mediation with some information in my hands, and part of that would be to get depositions. The judge denied the deposition of the child, but I am free to depose Lorenzo's.
All right, got you on that point. Now, there's some other claims that are being made by Rifqa through her attorney that I assume were talked about in court today. Allegations that she was sexually abused by an uncle, that her father hit her on at least one occasion. There was also a 35-page filing that I have here claiming that the Noor Center, which is the mosque that her father attends, is allied with Islamic extremism. The mosque denies this. I assume that you have denied all of those charges as well in your pleading?
Well, Mr. Roberts, I represent Mr. Bary and not anybody else in this matter. And, you know, people can speak for themselves and defend themselves if they need to. What I can tell you, because of the gag order, with the limitations imposed upon me today by the court, is that we will be filing a writ of prohibition in the 5th District Court of Appeals and in our, state of Florida. And hopefully, what that would do is that would stop these proceedings if that writ of prohibition is granted.
Right. We should also mention, Mr. Elahi, that this has made its way to the governor's office. Governor Charlie Crist said that she was glad that Rifqa has been able to stay in Florida, that his administration will continue to fight to protect Rifqa's safety and well-being as we move forward. So it doesn't sound like he has any thoughts, positive thoughts at least, about a reunion with her family. Shahid Elahi, good to talk to you tonight. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.